Hi there, just getting set up. There's going to be a lag. I think I've worked out the layout so that you can see what's going on right side up and widthwise, so you're not looking at a long strip. You should be able to see what's going on. So I am waiting for my feed to start on Inkin Latte, where you guys can join me live. I hope you've pulled out your strips and you'll come along with me. This is take 2 of the Scrappy Strips, and I think you're gonna like it. We're gonna take it a step further. Just waiting for the live to show up. I don't know how many seconds of a lag it is. Where are you? Okay, I'm refreshing my screen. Sorry about this, guys. I have poured coffee in my favorite mug. One of my favorite mugs. I can't say this is my favorite because I have a lot of favorites. But if I could turn it, you can almost see there's a pretty owl. Got this for my daughter. So I'm ready to go. Just scrolling down. Oh, looks like we're good. Okay, looks like the screen looks good. It's a little bit crooked, but I'm not going to play with it because that's just how I roll. I don't want you shaking, and yeah. Okay, so I asked you to bring strips of designer series paper, about a 1/2 inch thick, and the longest pieces need to be 3.5 inches. Then I also asked you to bring a piece of cardstock that is 4 by 5 1/4, because we're going to do this all on a separate piece. Oh, and since I'm using my glue, and I talk about how much I love this so much, I should have told you to get your silicone craft mat here too, because we're working with glue. And then you don't get all this sticky residue on your base. What else did I asked you to bring a pencil and a ruler or your paper trimmer. I'm going to show you both. And this is not like some magic method. I mean, this is just how I'm doing this technique with the strips. So okay, I see a comment, but I can't go there, Nancy. So can you comment right on the live? Can everybody hear me? I have it muted out so that you don't hear me. I hope there's not a problem, because it looks like it's going great. Okay, so we have our base. I asked you to bring glue, and you guys are going to create something really pretty. Okay, so I chose these gorgeous strips of paper. I'm going to lay them out here. I think I have them kind of laid out how I want them. Oh, come on. Okay, and the paper pack that I'm using, of course, is retiring, which I'm very sad, but it is so pretty. It's called Best Dressed. It comes in a pack of 6 by 6. You get 48 sheets, and they are gorgeous. Double-sided, just absolutely gorgeous, and I haven't really played with them enough, but they are so pretty. I'm going to have to go back and get me a pack before it sells out, because these are on the retired list, along with all our designer series paper right now, except for the Ornate Garden, which is coming out in the new catalog. So those are the papers that I chose, and I kind of gave it a lilac theme here. The first thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you 2 different ways you can do this. You can take your ruler and you can go from diagonal corner to diagonal corner, and forgive me if I'm not saying that right. and you can draw a line. Doesn't have to be perfect, don't worry about it. But another thing you can do, oh, I don't even have it right here. Is if you had your paper trimmer out because you were cutting strips, you can also do this. Just make sure these blades are far away, but you can take your cardstock, and it doesn't matter if there's little gunks on your cardstock, which I just saw a little gunk on mine, and you can line up the tips in the guide and take your pencil and draw your line that way. So yet another reason why the paper trimmer is so wonderful to have as a tool. Okay, so I wanted to show you that. Now, let me scroll down and see if there are... Keri, I actually comb my hair and put on my lipstick for craft, even though you can't see me. Sherry, that is so funny that you say that because I put perfume on. Not perfume, my essential oil. I wear patchouli, but anyway, yeah. Oh, good. I'm glad you can hear me, Stephanie. Thank you. Nancy, glad you're here. Okay, so now we have pencil marks across your card base. And now you're going to take these pretty little pieces, and I'm pretty sure you can see these. Yeah, you can see these. And I've kind of lined them up how I want them to go. And I'm going to start with one of these pieces. And there's not a huge technique to this. I mean, it doesn't, you're going to see that it's just a wing it, but I guarantee that, I'm going to leave that open and on its side, I guarantee that it's going to turn out pretty. So I'm going to take this just along the line, and because I'm using my multi-purpose liquid glue, I can move this around, which is why I love the multi-purpose liquid glue. And really, the only reason that we have these lines is for your first set of strips here. So you've got your first strip on here, and you're just going to keep going. So I have an order. I just hate to cover up the other side of this paper because it's so pretty, but I'm going to. So there's my second one, and you're just going to push it right up next to the other one and right along that line pretty much. And it's okay if you get too much glue on there because you know what we can do. It's going to turn out nice. Okay, so there's strip number 2. Let's go for strip number 3. You know I'm matchy-matchy, so bear with me. We're just going to spread some of that. And actually, I'm going to put the glue right on because I know these are 1/2-inch strips, so I'm just going to put the glue on the cardstock itself and just match it up. Just make sure it's lined up at the top evenly. But if you don't get it, you're going to see why it's okay. Really, it's okay. Okay, so we're just going to keep doing that. I'm going to put it right on the cardstock. And we're going to finish off this side. So quiet. I brought my dogs in. Hopefully they're not going to bark to want to go outside or something while I'm doing this, but okay, so I've got it up to the end here, and instead of putting a little piece on there on the end, I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut this off. Just go to the back side and then just trim off these pieces. Because you're going to want to keep using them. Save everything, right? Okay, so there we have this. Gonna put them back in their piles. Kind of, just so I see what I have, because I'm gonna repeat the pattern. All right. So there we go. Now I'm repeating the pattern, so I'm just going to take a little piece of this. Can I do this? Nope. It's got to go this way. Put a little glue down. Whoop. Love that glue. I can keep moving it. Boy, I really boo-booed that one. Alright. So there I have one portion done. And don't worry about any little glue gunks, because we can take those off after. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go backwards, and I'm going to, let's see, what am I going to do here? Actually, I think I'm going to go this way. Now, you'll see, don't worry about any of the other lines now, because at this point, it's not gonna make a difference. So let's go this way. All right, so I'm gonna take my glue and I'm gonna go backwards with my pattern. I hope you can see me okay. Should I turn on this light? Does that help? Okay, now right up to the edge. And it doesn't have to be perfect, remember. And I'm going to go backwards. And you're going to have lots left over too, so that you can make another one. And it doesn't have to be a random or a perfect pattern like what I have. You know, I think I really want to. Can I still do this? Do I have time? Nope, I don't, so it's okay. All right. It's supposed to be a gorgeous day here in Michigan. Okay, you see what I'm doing here? I'm just going along the straight line. And I'm going to worry about that little tiny piece afterwards. Or shall I just do it now? Okay, I think I can. I'll just go ahead with it now. I know, call me crazy, it's a little tiny piece. All right. Voila. There we have another section. You see where I'm going with this? Don't worry about these little gunkies. Okay, so I'm going to take my scissors and come back and trim all these off. So we've got a pretty little pattern here. All right. Okay, now I'm going to come back. Look at that. All right, that's okay. Now I'm going to come back, and I'm actually going to line this one up. That's not what I want there. I want this one because I'm, you know, doing a pattern. I'm going to do just this first one. This doesn't have to be so difficult, you know? It's not. It's really not. Okay. For the sake of lining things up, I'm just going to do this. Just going to do that first one. You see I'm going in a pattern that way. And then I'm going to come back and start doing this way. Then I have my piece to go by. My line up here. And this is why you need, you know, short and long strips. I'm just gonna go with my pattern again. How y'all doing? Hi, Joyce. Hi, Lisa Bauer. So it is like Grandma's quilt, isn't it? It's so pretty. This paper is really pretty. So it helps you use up little strips that you just can't part with. Gotta save everything, right? See how this is coming along? Don't be slipping there. See, I had to move that one down so that multi-purpose liquid glue was perfect. All right. Now, I doubt this is gonna work. Nope, it's not. I gotta have a little edge. So what I could do is try to wing it. Give it a try. See if that works. It does. See? Paper snips are great too. Alright, so we've got 3 sides done here. How's everybody else doing? Hi, Jennifer. Okay, now I'm going to come back and finish this side, but I will, because I want to use these pieces, I will be cutting this off. Come on. Very carefully, right along the edge. I hope you're working right along with me, because then you can show me your finished projects afterwards. Even if you're watching the replay. Okay, so let's turn these back over and put them in their place so that I can keep my pattern going. Isn't it fun? It's like a puzzle. Okay. All right. So now we're going backwards again here. And you know, random is fine too. Really is. I'm just going to go ahead and put glue everywhere. Speed up the process. And then again, I'm just going to line these up. Ah. just work there. So you're going to have more on one side and more on the other. You know, less on the other. Hello. So there we go. We have a cute little quilt piece. Let's trim off these pieces and just set them aside. And there's all the extra for you to do another one. But here you go. I have my pretty piece all ready to go. I chose Purple Posy, which is the cardstock that matches. And look how pretty that's going to look right on there. And all you need to do is take a greeting stamp, which you could match up almost all the, I'm pretty sure, yeah, all the designer series paper that we have coordinates with a stamp set. This particular designer series paper, which we call DSP for short, is found in the mini catalog, and it coordinates with this Dress to Impress. So it could be a Happy Mother's Day, cut out with a cute little scallop punch, or the stitch shaped styes. That would look really great. Hello Fabulous, whatever. Kindness is always in style. What a great thank you to cut out and put on there. So I didn't choose to do that because, or I'm not going to put a greeting on it now because I want to step this up a notch. This is Scrappy Strips Take-Two. So guess what we're going to do? We are going to do something in addition to this before we put a greeting on it. But this alone is a great card right here, right? But here's what we're going to do. So we don't need our silicone mat anymore for the moment. I'm going to pull out my Big Shot, which is retired. And Stampin' Up! Has just come out, which it should be in the new, it is in the new catalog. It's come out with their new die, or their cut and embossing machine. So the one I'm showing you is a retired machine. But let me tell you what, the Stampin' Up's cut and emboss machine that's coming out in June is so cool. Not only do you get, we have a whole new die cut machine that we can use, there is a mini one as well, so you can pop it in your backpack and take it with you. So that's all I'm going to say about that right now. But I'm very excited about that. Okay, also on the last chance list, with the designer series paper, we have embossing folders that are being retired. And here are 2 embossing folders that I chose to show you. I want to give you your choice because we are going to run this through with an embossing folder. And we're going to give it the texture. And it's going to be so pretty. But I want you to choose which, for those of you that are online with me, which embossing folder would you like me to choose? So, I'm going to wait here and see which one you choose. This one is the leaf. Oh, golly. And this one is eyelet lace. Layering leaves and eyelet lace. So which one should I choose? Number 1. What's number 1, Lisa? Is that layering leaves? While I'm gonna get a oh my goodness, I'm having trouble speaking today. While I get the consensus from you on which embossing folder to use, I want to let you know why I have the little stickers on here too, because when Stampin' Up! Decided to do their own cut and emboss machine, they came out with new embossing folders that would coordinate. So they're phasing them in. So this one's old, and it uses the standard platform with 2 clear plates. And this one is a little bit newer, and it is 1 clear plate. And it looks like, I've got 3 layering leaves. Do I have two layering leaves? I can't see the comments before now. Okay, so we're going to go with the layering leaves. So the reason I have stickers on here is to let me know how many plates or which plates to use when I run through with my platform in my Big Shot. So if you've gone to any of my Stampin' Scraps, I have my Big Shots out, which I will now be having my cut and emboss machines. Yeah. I have those out, and I have my die cuts out for you to use, and I have my embossing folders, but I have all my embossing folders have stickers on them for which platforms to use, you know, which plates to use. So it looks like everybody's chosen the leaves. So I'm going to set the eyelet lace aside, and here it says 1 clear plate. So I'm going to remove one of these plates, and I'm going to take the layering leaves, and I'm going to stick my piece right in, and it doesn't have to be perfect because this is a pattern that's, you know, forgiving. It doesn't have a, you know, it's not a huge pattern. Now, always remember when you're using a Big Shot, when you're using an embossing folder, this folded end goes in first. And I know some of you are seasoned with die cuts and embossing folders. Do not run this through and run it back again. You only do that with dies. And you really don't need to do that with dies if you have the correct platforms. With the embossing folder, you have to have this folded end inserted in your die cut machine first. Because if you don't, you could create an air buckle and it'll snap and break your embossing folder. So there's a little tip for you. All right, so I've got my platform. I hope you can see this okay. Got my platform, and I've got 1 clear plate. And I'm just going to run this through, and always hold the other hand up here and don't stop. Don't let go of your crank action because it builds up so much inertia. If you let go while you're going through this, it's going to unwind and snap and hit your knuckles, and that really hurts, okay? It really hurts. Okay, so just run it through with your choice, the layering leaves, and voila. Do you see that texture? Now it really does look like a quilt. Isn't that gorgeous? Just looking at someone out in my front yard. And to pause there. Yep, my dogs just heard it. Okay, so there, now you've stepped it up a notch, and this looks absolutely fabulous. If you have any lines in here that are or gaps, they're really not going to show once you put that through with an embossing folder. Look how pretty that is. Now all you need to do is stamp a greeting, or just put some ribbon on there. You don't even need to stamp a greeting. You don't have to. You can put the greeting on the inside. But there's my card for you. Scrappy Strips Take-Two. Now, I have some other ones to show you that I've already done as samples. I'll leave that here. I did one with the masculine Come Sail Away paper. Sorry for my arms in there. Look at that one. Isn't that pretty? And like I said before, the designer series paper coordinates with stamp sets and dies, and sometimes we have trinkets to go with it. So I thought this was gorgeous. Also, this ribbon coordinates with it too. And what I did was, this ribbon, this twine, you get double dipping for this, because I cut a big strand and pulled out the blue from the Sahara sand and only used the blue on this card. I mean, you could use it twined together, and that would be really pretty too, but I thought it would soften it if I just used a portion of it. So really you're getting 2 for 1, 3 for 1 really, because the Sahara Sand is double strand and the Night of Navy is 1 strand. So really you're getting 3 for 1 in this roll of ribbon that is on the last chance list. Bummer, big bummer. So that's one. Okay, moving along. Ooh, and I used this embossing folder, which is carrying over to the new catalog. And I used the trinkets and the Sailing Home stamp set to coordinate with it. And this one is super fun. Can't wait to show you this one. This one is with one of my favorite stamp sets that's going away, called Crafting Forever. Oh, this stamp set is so fun. So I used the designer series paper that coordinated with the stamp set, and once again I did that little quilting action. I turned it upright, and then I ran it through with the button embossing folder. Isn't it cute? Okay, so there's one. Yes, this stamp set is retiring. Yes, this embossing folder is retiring. Yes, this designer series paper is retiring, so get it while you can. And I believe it might be even on sale. Follow Your Heart, or Follow Your Art. Designer series paper is on sale. So you can get a pack of this for $4.60 right now on the last chance list. Okay, there's another one. Okay, this one is my favorite. I didn't use this strip technique, but I did use squares. Look how pretty that is. This is the Woven Threads designer series paper, and I used the Mosaic embossing folder, both of which are on the last chance list. And I gave it a little border on the Sahara Sand background, and that really looks like a quilt to me. No greeting needed, and you can't see that there's gaps in there. Well, you're gonna look harder now, but. And the last one I want to show you is this Swirls and Curls embossing folder is also on the last chance list. This is actually using vellum, which is also on the last chance list. Got a theme going here. This vellum is so pretty, and especially when it's embossed. And so simple. This is the Daffodil Crunched Ribbon. This is, which is also on the last chance list. But look how gorgeous that is. Just like this. I mean, you don't even have to put a greeting on it if you don't want to. So I'm just giving you ideas for dressing it up just a notch by using embossing folders and your strips of designer series paper that are left over from projects that you're doing. Look how pretty these are. I hope you enjoyed that technique, and I hope you'll show me all your creations, because I'll reach out to you with happy mail. And if you would, share this video with someone that you know loves crafting and could benefit from learning that simple technique of using your scraps. A couple other things that I want to touch base with you on. I have a product card class club coming up in May. We are going to be making 8 cards using this little ladybug stamp set, which is adorable. And I have quite a few of these that that were only earned as a hostess in March, January, February, March. And I have quite a few of these, and I want to be able to share these with you. So my class is going to be, we're going to make 8 cards with this stamp set. I'm going to provide you all the supplies, and also you're going to get a half a pack of cardstock, an embellishment, ribbon, and a special color tool that you're going to absolutely love for $35. And if you want to add on the stamp set, if you don't have this and you want to add on the stamp set to make these cards, that's an additional $15, gang. So I'll put that out. If you are on my newsletter list, you will get notification of this. That's coming out in May. And another thing I want to show you is Stampin' Up! Just released this PDF. So you can order this PDF from the Stampin' Up! Website and print it off on Whisper White cardstock, and you will have a whole bunch of COVID-19 images. Ladies, there are 15 pages of images that you can print on Whisper White cardstock and cut them out and put them on your cards. How cool is that? The first 2 pages are instructions because it tells you how to print them. It tells you, this is a download and it's only available through stampinup.com. It tells you the coordinating colors on each page, and the pages are numbered. So page 1, coordinating colors, basic black, Bermuda Bay, Calypso Coral, Granny Apple Green, Mango Melody, and Pool Party. And it also tells you what dies you can use to cut out these images. I mean, make it simple. Wow. This is wonderful. Now, the real good thing about this Share Sunshine PDF download is they donate 100% of the proceeds to the COVID-19 fund that you select at checkout. There's 2 to choose from. There's the World Health Organization and there's United Way COVID-19 fund. And if you're not sure which one to use, you can donate, you can split it down the middle between one of those 2. So, or between both of them. So this download is $12. You can only get it on the Stampin' Up! Website. So you'll go to stampinup.com and check out the banner on stampinup.com. And once it gets, there are 3 banners that rotate. When you get to the 3rd one that says COVID-19, I shared the image on one of my other pages, and I'll share it with this page as well. You click on that banner and it takes you right to the order section of, for $12, you can put in your payment, and it's an instant download for you to print on Whisper White cardstock, so it's nice and sturdy. I printed the first 2 pages of instructions and coordinating products and colors on regular paper, and then I printed the rest on Whisper White so that they are ready to, look at this. It's a quarantini. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. And it benefits everybody. So, that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you'll share this video with your friends, and I hope you'll also share your projects online and receive some happy mail from me in doing so. As always, I'm happy to help you place an order. Here's my website, keriout.stampinup.net, and here's the host code to use if your order is under $150. If your order is over $150, do not use this host code because you will get your own Stampin' rewards that you can use towards any products that are available through Stampin' Up. So, ask me any questions you have. Tell me that you like this. And I hope to see you again soon. Friday's focus is my next Listen at Lunch on Friday, episode 10. So I hope you'll join me there. But meanwhile, reach out to me with anything, any questions you might have. Thanks so much for being here or watching the replay. I appreciate it. Everybody stay well and be blessed.